Hello, everybody. I hope I have good connection here. I'm sitting in a parking lot, and I just wanted to hop on here because I wanted to give you an update on Snapple. I intended on doing this last night, and I like to share a video of the animal and post the update, but unfortunately, I haven't been allowed to visit Mr. Snapple. Can anyone else hear me? You can't hear me. Okay. I do that all the time. Okay, so, it's going to be brief, but I wanted to just throw out the facts on this. So, Snapple, as you guys know, has been hospitalized and unable to breathe. We've been combating some incredible amount of swelling, and the plot is thickening. So we received some good news. He's made some progress, but it's kind of come to light that there might be more to the story on how this did occur. So, in good news, last night, Dr. Lou went to extubate Snapple. It did not go well, so they pulled the tube. His airway closed again, and so he wasn't able to breathe independently. And so very quickly, Dr. Lou intubated him again. But this time, when he was intubating him, he was able to actually use like a suture and tack his elongated soft palate to his hard palate on, like the roof of his mouth, back of his throat, in order to open up that airway temporarily. Opening up and resecting that soft palate is the goal of this big, big surgery. But unfortunately, because he now has pneumonia, he is not a candidate for surgery. So this tacking of the soft palate to the hard palate is a temporary Band-Aid to open up his airway. After they opened up the airway via tacking the soft palate, they extubated him again, and he was able to breathe, like physically breathe independently, but he still required oxygen. So he is still on oxygen. I think they said the oxygen chamber is at 40%. But they were able to wake him up. So for the very first time, he was able to be brought out of sedation and be able to, be awake and conscious, which is a really, really good start. The fact that he's breathing despite still being on oxygen is a really good. It's a really good. I'm being careful with my words because I don't want to jinx myself. But it is a good step in the right direction, I will say. The only other thing that we are combating right now is he has a lot of fluid in his abdomen. Last night they placed a nasal gastric tube so that they could deliver meals to him. Now, because he's not interested in eating, he's on a lot of medications. He has pneumonia. I'm sure his throat's irritated because he was intubated for so many days. But the abundance of fluids that's building up is not normal, which leads us to believe that maybe there was a stomach issue that caused him to regurgitate and choke and the airways to become a problem. So now we're kind of exploring the stomach, and we have Dr. Blom today, and I really, really like her. We work well together. She has taken on and kind of spearheaded a lot of our most critical cases, most notably squid. And so she believes that we now need to look into the stomach as we continue to treat him for the pneumonia, stabilize him, and prepare him for the airway surgery. So we're going to do an ultrasound today and see what that shows. I'm really hopeful that maybe this is I'm sensitive to the medication and residual, I don't know. I'm just hopeful we get good news and that there's nothing going on, no abnormalities in the stomach and surrounding organs, because we are seeing improvement. I'm super, super hopeful for our guy. Now, the not so fun part of this conversation is the financial aspect of it. So our goal was to fundraise that $15,000 to get him through the, stabilization and the surgery. Well, we hit our goal of $15,000 and we've spent it on the hospitalization. So we are averaging about $3,500 a day for hospitalization. And so the first 24 hours we put a deposit of $6,000 down. And yesterday, I feel like I sold my soul, but yesterday's deposit was $9,000. So we can only do as much as we can afford, and though I hate, because you guys helped us raise such a large number, we have to get him through this hospitalization, which is, again, that number, $3,500 a day. We think that in best case scenario, he will be able to be, and everything continues. I don't even want to jinx myself in saying this, but if everything continues to progress and improve, maybe he would be released Wednesday or Thursday. But because he has that pneumonia, we can't even think about doing that airway surgery to prevent this problem from happening again for another 10 days. So we did consult with Dr. Radlinsky back in the day. I think I mentioned this in my last live. And I believe that number for non-emergency surgery was $6,000 to $8,000. So we're hoping, I'm not good at math. We're hoping to fundraise $3,500 for 3 to 4 more days, plus $6,000 to $8,000 to care for Snapple. And I'm just going to put it out there that we are most likely going to be taking a break from intaking anything bulldog, because they are the most expensive congenital nightmares out there. We love them dearly. They have the most hilarious personalities and I'm obsessed with them, but holy heck, they are so expensive. And don't forget, you guys, those numbers are discounted. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, so we do receive a discount. Those numbers are discounted, which is mind-blowing. I will post the invoices thus far in our stories when I get off of this live. But yeah, if you are willing to contribute, we really can only do as much as we can afford, and we are going to need support of the community to do so. I know it is crazy. It's also crazy because I always think about it in this way. It takes thousands and thousands of people across the world, because our supporters are in many different countries. It takes thousands and thousands of people to come together to save the lives of these dogs. And how grateful are we to have that and be able to empower these animals to live? But can you imagine if that responsibility, that financial commitment, fell on one family? Can you imagine that? I mean, Snapple's care this week is more than a year's worth of my mortgage. So, anyways, that's a conversation for another day. But we are incredibly grateful for this opportunity. We are incredibly grateful that you are entrusting us to get these animals the care that they need, and that you're willing to contribute that $5, the $10, the $20, because together, that is the only way that we can provide these animals with that care. So I'll do the math later, and I'll probably put out a more formal ask for donations. But if you guys could help us by getting a head start, That would be wonderful. The other thing that I do want to bring up is we are actively looking for a foster for Snapple. And this is me just really trying to get my ducks in a row, because I leave this upcoming Tuesday for my wedding. And typically when we have a dog get out of the hospital, they come to my home so that I can monitor, observe, and kind of gauge whether they need to, what they need, how they're feeling. I'm not able to do that because I'm not going to be with my animals, let alone bringing a foster animal in. So I am looking for someone in the greater Phoenix area. You do not have to have medical experience. If you do, that is a huge bonus, but we will walk you through every step of the way. I'm preparing for if best case scenario happens and he is able to leave the hospital on Wednesday or Thursday this upcoming week. He needs a soft place to land for 1 to 2 weeks in order to, keep receiving those antibiotics, fighting the pneumonia, and then he will go in for his surgery. But yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind. If you know of anyone that, I'm looking specifically for a home that is either able to keep him separated from other animals completely, or has no other animals. We just need to keep him as calm as physically possible. So yeah, this update went on longer, but I am a long-winded kind of gal. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Happy Monday. I'm overall feeling really good with where we stand. I'm grateful that his airway situation is slowly but surely improving. I am concerned about his stomach at this point. So yeah. Keep Snap Daddy in your thoughts, and I will keep you posted as frequently as I hear updates. But just know that I really hear from the doctor 1 to 2 times a day. So if it ever feels like you're waiting and waiting and waiting, so am I. Yeah. But if you guys don't mind, either considering making a donation, if you can't donate, share our post of Snapple. If you run a small business and you would like to, any business, it doesn't have to be a small one, and you would like to supply a grant for our dude, it would be greatly appreciated. Yeah. Anyways, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. Hold our guy in your thoughts and prayers, and I'll keep you posted. Anyway, signing off. Bye, guys.